So it was the main thing for the, well, say, French army. Maille-Brizard, so the anisette. It still remains the same recipe over 260 years. Hasn't changed. If you get a bottle from 1755, if you can get it, like, please send me one. I would love to try it. But the recipe hasn't changed at all. It's still the same. As I mentioned, until 1998, the Maille-Brizard has been a family company. It's over 10 generations of Roger family after Maille-Brizard died, so her nephew took over. So it's over 10 generations of liquor producer until like the group Belvedere buys it. So 250 years and change. The King Louis XV was in charge of France until 1774. And they actually, Maille-Brizard was introduced to the French king, and it has become her favorite typeling after dinner. For what? Because it was appreciated for digestive and restorative property. As I said, like at that time, alcohol and liquor were still considered as something that helps you to feel better. And we still have those kind of products today. If you take a look at Campari, if you take a look at Fernet Branca, if you take a look at Maille-Brizard, all those kind of liquor were considered and are still somehow considered as a restorative property. If you take a look at either Maille-Brizard, if you take a look at Campari or Fernet, they were some kind of the only product that they were allowed during Prohibition in the US because they were considered as a medicine. Understanding of the trend. So they started with the anisette for over 100 years. Over 100 years with one product, the anisette. And it worked. It worked pretty well. But they were as well understanding that there was something else that needed to be done. And there was an expectation from the market. Which market was the leader one and is kind of still the leader one in terms of trend? It was USA. As they were located in Bordeaux, every time when ships, vessels were coming back to Bordeaux, they had some information about like what could be done, what they were trying to do in the US, what they were looking for. We see that Peychaud bitter appear in New Orleans at that time. We see that other kind of mixed drink appear at that time using maybe like house-made liquor in the West Indies. So actually, Maille-Brizard started like working on different flavor, and in 1890, they launched the crème de menthe. They were kind of the first one to launch the crème de menthe. They were kind of the first one to launch the Apres. What is the Apres? You might be using it. It's apricot brandy. And in 1900, they launched Topaz. Topaz, as you may never heard about it, used to be the blue curacao that we still have here today. So crème de menthe, Apres, blue curacao, then sherry brandy a little bit later on. It was the major brand. It was the reference as a liquor company. Most of the liquor companies started operating in France around like 1812, 1850. So almost like 60 or 70 years after Maille-Brizard was already operating. So the basic about liquor, about like maybe some of you do know, is 15% of alcohol minimum. Pure alcohol, we use most part of the time we use beetroot, or vegetal alcohol. And a minimum of 100 grams of sugar per liter. This is the basic thing like to make liquor worldwide. You have to respect this, and every product that you will get, let's say if we do a liquor of apricot brandy, we must have a dominance of apricot. We can have other flavor into it. We can have vanilla, we can have banana, we can have whatever, but you must have a dominance of apricot. It's pretty similar to gin. If you take a look at dry London gin, there is no rules that say you need to have a minimum of that much of Geneva. It says that you need to have a dominance of flavor of Geneva. but you can have any other ingredients, like mainly it needs to be angelic, iris, citrus. But you just need to have a dominance. So same thing with the liquor, which is pretty much what Marie-Brizard is playing with. And we're going to see that a little bit later, the fact of being able of not being restrained at one pure flavor. Method production. Different method production can be used worldwide to make liquor. Maceration, which is known as a tincture, it's pretty much the fact of macerating fruits in alcohol, cold alcohol, or temperature alcohol, room temperature alcohol, for how long you want. It's kind of the longest process to make liquor, but it's kind of as well of the maybe best way to make liquor, because as we said, we can't rush perfection. It needs to take time. If you look at all the major spirits, cognac, Calvados, whiskey, rum, it needs to be aged to get mellow, to get flavor, to get character. Mainly for maceration is used for fresh product. So raspberries, strawberries, some kind of orange, every kind of product that are fresh material. Infusion, same thing. You're going to rush a little bit more the process. Consists of taking fruits or botanical and putting into warm alcohol, which you rush the process of making your infusion. Both of them result of a term which is called infusion. Percolation, it's kind of a coffee machine. You just put the botanical and the fruit, and you put like very hot alcohol into pressure and goes through the botanicals and the fruits. Distillation, mainly used for dry material. So iris, angelic, badian, so star anise, cacao, dry citrus, citrus peel, orange, citrus, lime, grapefruit. And maturation usually takes up all of those four processes, and we finish with maturation. If you take a look, as I mentioned earlier, Benedictine takes some of those processes up there, and it's matured into cask. So that's the classic method. Different classification as well in terms of how much of alcohol you're going to have and how much of sugar you're going to have. So if you get like a liquor that has a strength of up to 23% or 28% or 30%, you're going to have like what we call demi-fine, fine, or surfine. As you can see, there is a picture of, it's not Marie-Brizard, but it's Anisette de Bordeaux that he used to be done back in the year. And they used to call it superfine. So you can consider that it's classified between 500, a minimum of 500 gram per liter, sorry, and a 30% of alcohol, minimum. So this is pretty much how you can classify the different liquor. Oh, product. Ooh, shit, went too fast. Yeah, thank you. So production, as I said, the major one, they are France. Second one, you have Holland. Other brands are made in Holland. Italy as well made pretty nice liquor. If we look at Di Saronno, Amaretto, and US, they are the four major liquor producer, but still remains France. For liquor and syrups, France are the #1 producer in terms of the terroir, in terms of the brand, in terms of the leverage, in terms of the history. Marie-Brizard, the pattern production process. So we've been talking at what we do generally. We'll be looking at what we do, how we manage to get our liquor that all of you enjoy. I don't know what drink's going on, but it's the second drink. Can I try it? Thank you. Okay. So we take the botanicals and we distill it. We never infuse botanicals. Only distillation, hot method. So it goes into the pot still, 2 times, then we get the outcomes, which we call the esprit. For fruits, as I say, like fresh raw material, we macerate it, long process, but the best process. Not warm spirits, temperated spirits, and we just leave it for a period of time. And this is some kind of the master blender, if we can say that, that will check if it's ready, if it's not ready, if they can use it, if they cannot use it. Then we use like pure sugar, melting, then we get like the syrups, alcohol, and water. So this is only the component of the liquor. The mix of having botanicals and fruits give what we call the alcohol. It's the result of both of it. It's the heart of the liquor. It's what's gonna make like your main flavor. After that, we just had sugar, alcohol, and water. We just like counterbalance the flavor. But the main flavor will come from this. So here you get a pot still. Over here that it's used as in fond d'auberge in Bordeaux, what we use to make the esprit, actually. And some kind of the herbs that can be distilled. So you get coriander, you get pepper, you get like, pink pepper, you get curry. So we get different style of flavor to make the liquor more complex. So as I said, like maceration process for all fresh raw materials such as strawberry, raspberries, result of an infusion. Distillation process for all dry raw materials such as tannins, citrus peel, angelic, result of an esprit. Why citrus peel? Some of you is gonna say maybe citrus, it gets fresh. You can have fresh orange, yes, but for the triple sec that I don't have here, for the Grand Orange or for orange curacao or even for the blue curacao, we only use peels that we dried prior the distillation. So it becomes actually a dry product. And it reveals much more flavor on the peel that you can pretty much get if you infuse it. Because if you infuse it, you will have like to infuse the whole orange. And you won't get the oils of the peel that you want. You will get like the whole flavor of the orange. So the alcohol is the result of a combination of esprit and infusion. The alcohol is the heart of the liquor. So the classic range. So as we go to the classic range, the first drink that you had was made with the classic liquor because we made drinks like with different kind of liquor. It was made with apricot brandy. It was a mix, the first drink that you have when you walk in, it was a mix of equal part of gin, rum, apricot brandy, and lemon juice. Some of you is going to say, wow, you've been mixing gin and rum. Yeah, blending alcohol has been a trend as well for the last maybe 6 or 7 years. So it just counterbalances the mellow flavor that you can have on the rum and the dryness flavor that you can have on the gin. So classic range, over 30 different and avant-garde flavor. So we got some of them over here, and you have the whole panel over here. Benchmark for mixologists and bartender over the past decade. Yes, most of the bartender like been working like with Marabrizza worldwide because it's available over 110 countries worldwide.